Hey, you. Yeah, you. See this button right here? Press it. Subscribe to the channel. Shalom.
God says 6 days shall you work. 6 days shall you take care of all your business, right? From Sunday all the way till Friday sundown, get your business taken care of. Come on.
But the seventh day,
But when that sun go down on Friday night, when the Sabbath begins,
is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
God said we ain't supposed to do no work on the Sabbath day. We got to keep that day separate from all other days. So you see all these businesses open right now. Guess what? These businesses out of pocket. They not supposed to be working.
Right.
You got all these little workers up in here breaking the Sabbath day. God said don't do that. It's not supposed to be any business being conducted today. We're supposed to take care of that from Sunday all the way through Friday. You had a question, sis?
I'll just add on that a lot of people have forgotten that that law was changed
No, that law was not changed.
from Saturday to Sunday because it used to be on Saturday.
No. So now,
now
hold on. Now now what the history you're saying,
yes.
the history you're saying, but what it sounds like you're about to start saying is accurate. But the first statement that you made was inaccurate because you said that law changed.
No.
God does not change.
God's law did not change. Man
Right.
changed his law from Saturday to Sunday.
Exactly.
And, I want to say.
So hold that. Keep going. Go ahead. Finish your
I was
thought.
trying to come up with the year, but it just lost me.
Yep. I don't remember. I don't remember the year that it happened, but it was the Roman Catholic Church, right?
It was like 15, 16 when they took October, 28 days out of
Right.
October. It was about that. Yeah, they were.
Get Acts 5 and verse 29. Acts 5 and 29. Yeah, Acts 5:29. That's what I want. So now, right? So
That's what it is.
God doesn't change, right? But man does change. Just like at one point in time, it was illegal to have alcohol in these stores, right? Alcohol was illegal at one point in time. Now it's legal. It was at one point in time, marijuana was illegal, but now it's legal, right? So man changes, but God does not change. So now God stays the same, but man changes. So who should we obey? Read that.
The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than man.
It don't matter what man changes. God says you better obey me over any man, right? So we ought to obey God rather than man. So God says my Sabbath day is what? The seventh day of the week. The seventh day of the week is Saturday, right? From Friday night sundown all the way until Saturday night sundown. That is the holy day. That is a separate day from all other days. It's a Sabbath day. Come on, go back to Exodus 20.
I think that was Peter that changed it. In the book of Peter. or
Peter
book
didn't
of-
change
no,
nothing.
Not Peter. It was in the book of John or Peter that I read that the law was changed. I mean, that man changed God's structure.
You'll have to quote that, find it for me if you could,
Yeah,
or
it was in-
try to
it was
remember.
in Peter or book of John.
Okay,
I'll
go
find
ahead.
it though.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 9. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So we're talking about the Sabbath day, right? The Sabbath day is the seventh day of the week, which we're not supposed to do any work. So let's get more what we not supposed to do. Or how do we keep the Sabbath holy? Because he did say, remember the Sabbath day, right? So let's get more. Get Exodus, give me Nehemiah 10:31. Nehemiah 10:31. How else do we keep the Sabbath holy? Come on. So sis, right? What church you go to, you say?
I go to every church. I just like hearing the word.
Okay, but guess what? You got to be careful with that.
And also that too. That's why I have.
You gotta be careful with that.
That's why you need a dictionary, concordance, and you need more people having the discussion as
Hold
opposed
that.
to being
Get
left with
first
yourself.
John 4:1. Watch this, sis. Watch this. You gotta you can't just take everybody word for it,
No,
right?
I have to do my own research and it has to feel right to me what I already know and feel what God
It ain't
would
about
want for me.
feeling. It ain't about
Not
feeling.
It's about what God wants for me.
Let me show you. Read
And
this.
If it's simple, it's by God.
Watch
If it's
this,
in your
sis.
heart, I know it was.
Watch this. Watch this. Read that.
The book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit.
God says don't believe every spirit.
Right.
You can't believe every spirit.
Right.
Every spirit that come up to you telling you something, you can't just take their word for it.
Right.
Right. You
Come
can
on.
do that in life.
Go ahead.
But try the spirits.
But try the spirits. You got to test these spirits. Somebody come up to you saying A, B, and C. You can't just take their word for it. You got to see, you got to really examine the scriptures. That's
Right.
how you try the spirits. You say, you said what now? Hold on, let me go. What scripture is that? I want to see if you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You can't just believe everybody.
Right.
Because guess what? Some people say that God loves everybody. And I'm here to tell you that's not in the Bible.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not in the Bible. God don't love everybody. Who did Christ die for?
Everyone's sin.
Who's everyone?
He died for the sins of, I'm sorry, his people, his father's people.
His people. His people, right? His people. We gonna get that. But everybody don't say that. Everybody says that Christ died for all people, all mankind, and that's not true. It's not in the Bible. If it was in the Bible, I would say it. But it's not. So 1 John 4, 1 Peter 4 and 11. So if anybody come up to you, right? Because Christ said, don't believe every spirit, but try the spirits. So now, how do we try the spirits? This is what you have to understand, right? We're dealing with anybody coming up to you talking about the Bible, or any pastor or preacher, any of them churches that you've been to, right? This is how you're supposed to try them, test them out. Read that.
1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 11. If any man speak,
If any man come up to you and speak to you, right? Come on.
let him speak as the oracles of God.
The oracles of God is what? This Bible right here.
I was thinking his whole words, everything
Nope.
that comes out of his
So
mouth.
this is the mouth of God right here. This word, this Bible.
Right.
He said, if anybody speak, let them speak as the Bible. They better be quoting scriptures. They better be giving you scriptures and proper understanding.
Don't add nothing to it and don't take nothing from it.
Exactly. Precept upon precept. Here a little and there a little. Right? So now let's go back to the Sabbath day. How you doing, sis? How you doing? Kimberly, how you doing, sis? Hey, you ever heard of the Sabbath day? Have you ever heard of the Sabbath day right here, my man? No? Okay. So we showing Sister Bree right here the Sabbath day. When do you think the Sabbath day is, Sister Bree? Sister Kimberly?
I believe it's on, I think it's Sunday, right?
Sunday?
Sunday or Saturday.
Go back to Exodus 20 and verse 8. Hold Nehemiah. Pull your phone out and look.
Saturday or Sunday?
Pull your phone out. We're gonna clarify it right now. Pull your phone out and go to your calendar.
I know Sunday. Saturday, right?
Right. We're gonna show Sister Kimberly that. Watch this, because we're gonna catch Sister Kimberly up. So pull your phone out. You got your phone too? Pull your phone out so you can see it. Okay. All right. You want to hear the word? All praises. So go to your calendar and tell me what is the first day of the week. Sunday, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on and so forth, correct? So what would be the last day of the week? What number of the week would that be?
Number of the week?
The number, yeah?
That would be the 7th.
The seventh day, right?
Yeah.
Saturday would be the seventh day. So now get Exodus 20 and 8.
Hey.
Before hold that and get Genesis 1 and verse 5 and then jump to verse 8. I want to show you something about how the days start and begin and end and all that, all right? What man does not teach us. That's how you got a daylight saving time. God don't talk about no daylight saving time in the Bible. What type of stuff is this? Foolishness. Come on, read that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening.
Notice, he said, and the evening, come on.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
Jump to verse 8.
Verse 8. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day.
Verse 13.
Verse 13. And the evening and the morning were the third day.
God begins the day in the evening. When that sun sets, is completely down, that's when the new day begins. That's when the new day begins. Evening and the morning were the first day. So on and so forth. So go back to Exodus 20 and verse 8, right? So when the sun went down last night, completely down, it was completely dark, that's when the Sabbath begun. Come on.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
God says to remember the Sabbath day because it's safe to say that we forgot the Sabbath day.
Right.
Because guess what? It's a whole lot of people out here breaking the Sabbath day. Don't even know how to keep it. They know how to keep Christmas though. You know what I'm saying? They know how to keep Thanksgiving. They know how to keep 4th of July. They know how to keep Easter, but they don't know how to keep the Sabbath day. Say what now?
We know that bacon turkey.
Right, for sure. Honey glazed ham and all that.
You know, babe, you know.
Read that.
Exodus 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
So he said, remember the Sabbath day. Come on. So we know that the Sabbath day begins on the 7th day, right? Friday night to Saturday night, sundown. Come on.
To keep it holy.
And you got to keep it holy. You got to keep the Sabbath day separate from all other days. Come on.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
Sunday through Friday, handle your business. Conduct your business. Get it in. Get your money. Whatever you got to do. Right? Come on.
But the 7th day.
But when that 7th day begins, come on.
Is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Come on.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
Ain't no more conducting business on my Sabbath day. Shut it all down. These businesses should be shut down today. The gym should be shut down today. Why? Because the 7th day is supposed to be separate from all other days. Come on.
Thou shalt, in it thou shalt not do any work. Thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate.
He said your creatures ain't even supposed to be doing no work. If you got your little hamster and your hamster, take the little steering wheel out. No work, rest. He said everything in your household is supposed to be resting. It's the day of rest. Come on.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth.
He got it in. He handled all his business, created everything in the 6-day period. Come on.
The sea and all that in them is. And rested the 7th day.
And he rested on the 7th day. And he wants us to do the same. We got to rest the 7th day. We got to cease from all business. So get Nehemiah 10 and verse 31. So what else? How else are we supposed to keep the Sabbath holy? Is it only don't work?
Following his laws, your dietary. Eating,
You got to do that every day.
Praying.
Yeah,
Praying, just praying, thanking him for everything that he's done, just
gonna read it.
acknowledging that he's God.
Right. So we're going to read this, right? So you're right. All that is not wrong. You do got to do that. You know, get your prayers in. You should be thanking him every day, right? Exactly. So now let's get more specific about this Sabbath day, right? Come on.
Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victual.
Somebody tell me what ware is. Ware. Yep. So now a lot of people work in warehouses, right? So the ware is talking about products, right? Items to sell,
Got it.
whether it be your speaker, stands, bike, you know what I'm saying? Backpacks, containers. These are all ware that you put in warehouses because we store our products and items in warehouses. That's where W-A-R-E is talking about products and items, things to sell. Come on.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals.
Victuals, right, is talking about food. Your taco trucks, your Albertos, KFC, so on and so forth, right? Come on.
On the Sabbath day to
Wait a minute. If people got what? If they got products to sell and they got food to sell on the Sabbath day.
On the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
We ain't supposed to be conducting no business on the Sabbath day. We ain't supposed to be buying and selling nothing.
Right.
Right? Now, when do we get our paycheck? Friday. And when a brother and sister get their paycheck, their pockets get to itching. And they go spend their money on that Saturday. They probably go clubbing or something that Friday night. Saturday today, they out there spending their money. Oh, the sun is out. Let me take the kids out. You know what I'm saying? Now they spending all their money. It's a cycle. They set this kingdom up for us to be in sin. They understand that we're supposed to keep the laws of God.
What is a nation?
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is